So Joe is with us. Joe was in town for a listening party last night, stayed the night because we paid him $100,000, and he stayed, and it's all good. He got some fish. He's happy. He's healthy. He's whole, and he's right here with you. What's up, man?
Hey, man, I'm good.
Good? Man, it's been a long time, man.
It's been a minute.
This was black when I saw you last, man.
Oh, man, I tell you.
What happened, man?
As time flies.
You know, after a while, you're going to have to start just soaking your chin in, like, Grecian or something, man. I gave up a long time ago on that, man. So.
Oh, yeah, no, it doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me.
Yeah. So what's the, this is how many albums is this now, man? This is like your 93rd album?
No, not that many. That's good. I wish I could have put out that many records.
Yeah.
Number 12 for me, and we was just funny. We was just talking about how many records Prince has.
Prince. Yeah. I think total albums, it was somewhere like about 500,000 or something. Because for a while he was putting them out like every other month. Remember that?
So we'll say that's 50 in your numbers.
Yeah,
I do remember that. I do remember that. He wasn't playing around.
Yeah, he was cranking them out for a while, man. But you said this new album, you wrote 40 songs for it.
I wrote almost 40 records, 40 songs for this album, and I think that's the thing that just continues to keep it moving. Is that you start with this one idea of making an album, but then you write so many more songs, about maybe 15, 20 more songs. And then you go into the next project, the next album, and you're like, okay, well, I still got something fresh that I want to do for this. So then you end up writing another 15 and 20 songs.
Yeah, but I mean, you wrote 40 songs. How many songs are on the album that's out?
That's about, let's see, 12 or 13.
Okay, so about 27 songs didn't make the cut, maybe?
That's
something
right.
like that?
That's right.
So those are like telling your children, get out the house. You're on your own.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine that? That's the worst thing ever.
That's got to be painful, man.
It is. It is painful because when you think about deciding on which songs are going to go on. Oh, how many kids can we can't fit all of y'all in the car, so some of y'all got to stay behind. And one of them was a song I did with Stevie Wonder. And
you didn't put it on the album?
Man, let me tell you, I'm upset about that.
We're gonna have to pull your card, man. I think we may have to.
My card has been pulled. Trust me. I'm pulling my own card on that one.
Who does a song with Stevie Wonder and doesn't put it on the album? Joe.
Yeah,
Joe does.
But it will be released at some point. Phenomenal. We wrote it together, and it's just one of those records. It's just like you can't ask for a better song. I have Take Six singing the background on it. Yeah. I kind of went there with it.
Wow.
It's
and it
bad.
Didn't make the cut.
It's bad. It's bad too.
Oh. Will it be like on the deluxe album? You got the CD, then you put the deluxe CD out with
there you go.
four more songs on there.
Possibly. I'm trying to do a Prince thing. Maybe put another album out in 6 months.
Have you ever recorded a song and didn't actually put it on an album for a few years, and then you stuck it on an album because at that time you were feeling it more or something, or maybe you reworked it a little bit?
Yeah. Actually, a couple of songs on this album were done even years and years back. So I wrote 40 for this, but I already had a lot of songs that was just sitting in the can already. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I mean, I tend to do that from time to time. Like, if it just feels right, and sometimes you'll go back and like, wow, that was pretty dope. Yeah. And the way time changes now, the way the music changes, the sound of music, sometimes you could be on something so early, and then because it changed, it becomes now current record, mm-hmm. something that's very up to date, subject matter, or the vibe and chord changes, or the melody. So that tends to play into what goes on in the decision of which songs goes on the album.
Now, is it solely your decision as to which 12 or 13 songs went on the album?
I'd like to. Effort, if it was, that Stevie Wonder song would have been on there. But
yeah. Wow.
I like to get a collective effort. When those who are listening to the project and the different songs, I have a team, mm-hmm. and we try to sit down together and just and figure out what songs flow, because mm-hmm. now we're in this new generation. Mm-hmm. where there's these young kids. They want to hear a certain beat, before they hear the words. And so I wanted to make sure I made the words strong and then brought the beat in on top.
And stay true to the people who, love your crooning, your romantic songs, your sexy songs. How do you do that? Well,
to not compromise, I think it starts with lyric and melody. Once you have that strong substance, which is the core and body of the project, intact, it's easy to add the music and those elements to help bring it to life, so to speak, which makes it younger. You got the beat, with the 808s and all those things, but not too far where you're trying to do something that doesn't go with who you are.
Okay.
And so never compromise the integrity of you as an artist,
right.
But at least try some things, challenge yourself a little bit, right. To go outside the box.
So this song with Stevie Wonder and Take Six singing background, the person whose final decision that it was not to put it on the album, did they vote for Trump?
Oh, good one, good one. He better not. They better not have. But anyway,
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a sad world that we live in, where it has to be so divisive.
Oh, it's painful. Painful, dude.
It's this side and that side, and it's you would have thought at this point in 2016, going into 17, that we would have been way past this. We would have healed. We would have, brought some sort of a solution to all the problems. Especially when it comes to the lives that are here. We are human beings.
Yeah. But Joe, my daughter told me this. She told me that she feels like him being elected was America telling us, you had your black president, now go where you belong.
Ain't that something? How does it?
She's 21.
Okay. Well, she's got a great point.
Yeah.
She's got a great point.
It's like, wow, that's crazy.
Oh man, is that the 40 acres and a mule?
I don't know, man.
I mean, thank you.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if that's the way they saw it, because he inspired, I think, so many people. And I think we needed that. We needed that glimmer of hope. We needed that shining star to sort of get us away from, we are in America, but we're not Americans, so to speak. And so thank God for Obama being there just to give us that little bit of hope.
Yeah.
And there's still hope. I mean, there's still who knows? Donald Trump can turn may be able to turn it around.
He could shock the world.
He could shock the world.
He probably won't.
I mean, we don't know, because I believe in a higher power, and I believe in God being able to put something in a person's heart and mind.
Yeah.
That could change their perspective, and
he seems to have changed a little bit, about
it
Obamacare
seems.
and things like that. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes, man.
Yeah,
but
we have no choice at this point, to be honest with you. I mean, he's been elected, president, so
you got to play the hand we dealt.
Got to play the hand we dealt. But just keep hope alive, and continue praying, and for the best outcome for all of us.
Well, let's get back to the album. The name of the album is
# My Name is Joe Thomas.
Right. This is an homage to the last album.
That's right. To My Name is Joe. Yeah. Actually, back in '96.
Yeah.
So I mean, I wanted to take it back a little bit in terms of the feel of the album. I want people to feel good when they hear it lyrically, that it says something, and melodically and musically, it touches them in a certain way.
So when you recorded back in the day, when you recorded "I Want to Know," in the studio, right, in your heart, while you're singing this song, were you thinking, "Yeah, this is going to be a good one"? I was, because I feel that way about all my kids. Yeah. Which are your songs?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And so you have certain favorites, and sometimes those favorites, don't end up being the best student in school.
Right.
Right. But when I did I Want to Know, I wanted to keep it as simple as possible lyrically, and so sometimes you can never tell when it's a simple song that is going to touch somebody in a big way, and I Want to Know was that record. When I wrote All the Things Your Man Won't Do, I knew I was touching on something that could be a bit shocking, and that's going to raise this sort of awareness or bring attention to the song. When you hit a line to your mother scream and Subway I Go Down, all these different parts that just was so ear candy. And I Want to Know was just very simple and straight to the point.
Yeah.
And it ended up being my biggest record.
Yeah.
And selling so many of My Name is Joe album. So getting back to that simplicity, but also still trying to be poetic on this album was the combination into making it.
Well, the song "If You Lose Her," which is a great song. You used.
Thank you.
Was that the player song that you had in the background, or "Baby Come Back," or what was the name of the song? No.
It's very, very similar.
Very similar. It's very similar.
Don't give me no trouble.
We'll leave it right there. I'm gonna leave it right there. Okay, all right. I'll just leave it right there.
No, very similar. Very similar.
Now, speaking of songs, though, you did Adele's song when she dropped it. Now, a lot of times people will redo a song years later, but you did it like a week afterwards, and you did a great version of it. Did you ever hear from Adele with your version of "Hello"?
No, I never heard from Adele. She's a huge star. I wasn't expecting her to reach out. Maybe just a little bit.
Yeah.
But I did get the clearance to use it on my album, which is pretty huge.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people love that version, and I got so many comments on Facebook and just social media in general. How well I did and how much they loved that version.
Yeah, that was great, man.
You know, so it worked out. It worked out great for me.
Yeah, man.
It's one of those things where, you know, I did the song just. I say this a lot, and I do this a lot. I did the song as like just practice.
Mm-hmm.
I love the song for one, but then it was more of a like, you know, let me challenge myself. Let me do this song in her key, in her register. Mm-hmm. And see how it turns out.
You never know.
Yeah, I do different songs. I do a lot of different songs just for practice. I record the entire song, backgrounds, and we redo the track, and you know, just as a practice run.
I saw an interview you did where you said you would love to do a collaboration with Sade.
Oh man, I would. She's just phenomenal. One of the greatest hits album that she has.
Yeah,
it's just one of the greatest albums. You know, I've heard forever, you know, forever. So, I mean, with that, and obviously Michael Jackson's, you know, greatest hits, Prince's greatest hits. I mean, there's just so many great albums out there. But Sade is one of the top three.
You had a chance to meet her?
I've never met her yet.
You never met her?
No, I've never met her yet. You know, but I'd love to do.
Can we get her on? Let's get her on the phone. Can we get her on?
Yeah, go call her up.
Well,
call her up.
Actually, I know Sade Jones. She works in Fort Worth, man.
I don't know if the same outcome.
Well, you know,
on a song.
I'm sure Sade Jones wouldn't mind collaborating with you either, man.
She might surprise me. She might surprise me.
So the tour, man. When's this going to happen, man?
Well, we're putting together a tour next year. This year, at the beginning of the year, we did Charlie Wilson and Kim, and that was a very, very huge success. And so we're putting a package together for next year around end of January, going into February, March, and April. So it's still up in the air, you know, who the lineup and set is going to be. Mm-hmm. But I'm looking forward to a huge, huge tour next year.
Oh, that'd be great.
Got to do this, you know, some songs off this album.
I do want to ask you, man. The I Don't Want to Be a Player, the remix with Big Pun.
Yeah.
How did that come about, man?
You know, Fat Joe actually. You know, I had the idea to merge the two songs. I believe Pun had a record. I can't remember the name of it, but My Darling, Darling Baby was a sample that he used.
OJ's?
Yes. And that was the sample, and it was rocking. I mean, and I loved his version. And I had Don't Want to Be a Player, the original version. So we decided to put the two together. And it was probably the most organic way to do it at the time, because, you know, the way we record now, you know, you send a track to someone, they put their vocal on it. And
so did y'all both go back in the studio and do it?
We went back into the studio.
Wow.
You know, to make the record, and that was fun.
Yeah,
that was fun to do.
I imagine it was, man.
Yeah.
Now you're the only guy, and I don't mean anything by this at all. You're the only guy I know who wears red bottom shoes. What is that about, man?
I love my Kristen Lou's, man. You know, it's they make great guy shoes, by the way.
See, a lot of guys don't know that.
Yeah, they make great guy shoes, and my I love wearing tuxes on stage, you know.
How many tuxes you own, man?
I got so many. in all different colors.
Wow.
And I get that from, you know, watching the Rat Pack and my friend Luis McGill.
Yeah.
Who's just always sharp on stage.
Classic.
And, you know, when you think of Mark Anthony, when he hits the stage, he's very clean and very, very debonair. And so I love those shoes because, you know, they add a little bit more pop to, you know, that stage. You know, as opposed to just having a pair of regular black shoes.
Well, the last time you were here, I forget what venue you were at, but you had on red bottoms.
Yeah.
And, you know, when the ladies saw the red bottoms, like 15, 20 of them, like for somebody, they crossed their legs. I don't know what that was about, but they did it simultaneously.
That means they have red bottoms, too.
That means they had red bottom fever.
Yeah.
They had gelitis is what they had. So.
Yeah.
Well, man, I'm glad you could spend some time with me today, man.
Likewise, man. It's good talking to you.
I love talking to you, man. You're awesome, an awesome talent, an awesome man. And, man, good luck. I hope 2017 is your best year yet.
Thank you very much, Tony. I appreciate you.
All right, man. That's Joe on the Smooth Ride Home on Smooth R&B 105.7.